Kanta tayo, sing with Nanay.
Nanay.
Yay!
Mabuhay! Welcome to Sing with Nanay Story Time. Now the month of February is Black History Month. And since we are in Canada, we also have African Canadian stories. And this book is called Christopher Changes His Name. And it's written by Aita Sadhu and illustrated by Roy Condi. Hanan's going to sit on my lap for story time. So, Christopher changes his name. Christopher was on his way home from school. He was having a bad day. The sky was a dark, angry gray blue, and it was raining all over everyone. Christopher splashed through the puddles feeling just as miserable as the day. Poor Christopher.
He was in a bad mood because he hated his name. It wasn't a special name. Millions of people all over the world had that name. There were 11 Christophers in his school and 3 in his class. Every time the teacher said, "Christopher," they would all answer. It had happened at least 4 times that day. It drove him crazy.
Oh, so it was not a special name. He wanted a special name.
Now, it so happened that Christopher's aunt, Aunt Gail, she was visiting from Trinidad and Tobago.
And so Trinidad and Tobago is actually in the south part. You've got the North America here, and this is Trinidad and Tobago, right over here.
Aunt Gail was a fabulous storyteller. She told stories about a man called Tiger. Now, Tiger, he could eat 5 hot red peppers and ask for 10 more. He was so strong, he could carry his cows on his shoulders to market. In the night, he walked so softly and silently that the people in the village, they called him Tiger.
Christopher, he was fascinated. He wanted to be strong and silent. So what do you think is going to happen, Hanan?
It's gonna be Christopher. He's gonna be Tiger.
My name is Tiger. And right then and there, Christopher changed his name to Tiger. He rushed here and he rushed there and he told everyone, "My new name is Tiger." He began to walk softly and quietly like a tiger.
He even carried the books for all the people in class because he was so strong. And everyone here and
Just
there,
like
they
Chris-
all started
just like
calling him Tiger. Yes, like Tiger.
All except his teacher, Miss Mumford. She called him Christopher Mulamba.
Christopher Mulamba!
I used to call him Christopher Mulamba.
Because that's his name.
A few weeks later, Tiger went to the science fair with his mother. It was happening. There were windmills and engines and all kinds of experiments all over the place. And on one table was a picture labeled, "The Real McCoy." "Mom," Tiger asked, "who is the real McCoy?" "Why, that's Elijah McCoy. He was an important African Canadian scientist." "Wow, the real McCoy. That's me."
He was so smart, he invented a way to make machines oil themselves. Well, Tiger, he wanted to be a scientist. He wanted to be important, like the real McCoy. It was far more important to be important. Right then and there, Tiger changed his name to the real McCoy. And he rushed here and there and he told everyone, "My name is the real McCoy."
Back at school, all through lunch, all through recess, he experimented with cups and paper clips and pencils and who knows what. It was so cool, the whole class joined in. One boy, he called himself David Suzuki. A girl called herself Roberta Bondar. And everyone here and there, they all started calling Tiger the real McCoy. All except his teacher, Miss Mumford. She called him Christopher Mulamba. "Christopher Mulamba? I'm the real McCoy."
Late one evening, The real McCoy was watching television with his family.
There was excitement in the house. The Chicago Bulls were playing. The real McCoy's heart was beating fast as he watched Michael Jordan swoop and soar. He was moving so fast, sometimes all you could see was his number, 23, flying all around.
Wow. Okay. So that's Michael Jordan.
The real McCoy wanted to fly too. He wanted the crowds to cheer for him. Being important didn't seem so important anymore, but being famous did. He wanted to be 23. He wanted it bad. Right then and there, the real McCoy changed his name. He dribbled and dunked all over the place, driving everyone crazy.
Why is there a ball on her paper?
He's playing basketball everywhere. Now everyone is calling him 23, all except his teacher, Miss Mumford. She called him Christopher Mulamba.
Why she said that all the time?
Because that's the name that she knows him as. He's registered under Christopher. So, now.
July 24 came, and it was 23's birthday. He woke up, and there was a big card next to his bed. It was from his grandmother. It said, "To Christopher, a very special child. May you soar and touch the sky." 23, he felt good, because in the card was a check for $150. Yes! He could open his own new bank account. Yes! He would even buy a number 23 jacket. Yes! That very same day, 23 and his mother went to the bank. 23 rushed up to the bank manager. "Hi," he said. "I'm 23 and I'm here to open an account. And this is my mother." The bank manager looked at him and said, "How do you do, 23? Very glad to meet you." He showed them into his office and he gave them some forms to fill out. Suddenly, the bank manager frowned. He looked at the check and he looked at 23, and he looked at the check and he looked at 23. Then he said, "We've got a problem here. This check is made out to Christopher Mulamba, but your name is 23.
23 looked at the bank manager and he looked at his mother. "Yeah, I'm 23, but I really am Christopher. Mom!" He's telling everyone his name is 23, but on the check it says Christopher Mulamba. And his mother said, "I think you'd better handle this yourself, 23.
What was he going to do? He looked inside his backpack, but his notebooks, his school books, everything now said 23. He was in a real mess. He needed some identification, fast.
Everything had 23?
Yeah, he wrote 23 on everything. Even his shirt has 23 on it.
Just then, who should come through the bank door but his best friends, Jason and Shea. He rushed up to them and said, "Hi guys, what's my name?" And they said, 23, of course.
The whole world was against him. He was Christopher. It was a special name after all. It was the only name that could cash that check. What was he going to do?
Then he looked up and saw someone else entering the bank. Miss Mumford. Yes!
So Miss Mumford has been calling him Christopher Mulamba this whole time. "Hi, Miss Mumford," Christopher said. Miss Mumford, she looked over at him and she thought,
There's that child with all the names. I think I'll humor him today. How are you doing, 23?
"Oh, you look pretty upset." He's trying to show everyone that his name really is Christopher Mulamba.
Christopher went flying back to his chair, sat down hard, and banged his foot against the bank manager's desk. His mother looked over at him and she said, "Stop banging your foot, 23.
But he banged and he banged and he banged. He was Christopher. Why didn't the bank manager believe him? How could he get himself out of this? Stop banging your foot, his mother said. But he didn't stop. Was he listening to his mom? No, he wasn't listening. Oh, I wonder why he wasn't listening to his mother. He had to get that money. He was Christopher. He banged louder and he banged louder until his mother said, "Christopher Kwame Mulamba, I said stop banging that foot." Christopher Kwame Mulamba. He looked at the bank manager and smiled. Gotcha. Then he carefully signed the check. And do you know what? From that day on, Christopher never, ever, ever once changed his name. Because it was just so special. Okay? So this book is called Christopher Changes His Name. And it's a really important lesson here. It's easy to kind of see different things and to appreciate others and wanting to be someone else. But we must appreciate and love who we are and know that we are special no matter what. Okay? Thank you for reading this book with us for Black History Month. Christopher Changes His Name, written by Aita Sadhu and illustrated by Roy Condi. We'll see you next time on Sing with Nanay. Bye! Paalam!
Paalam! Paalam!
Paalam!
Come sing with Nanay, everybody sing along. Kanta tayo, sing with Nanay.